everybody. Galactic Warrior Brittany here. Happy Tuesday. It's hard to keep up with what day it is sometimes, is it? I don't know about for anyone else, but time has been so weird. Sometimes it just like flies by, and then for a little while it just slows down. It's a little strange. Been told that has to do with the ascension, and God is the one who man is the one that created time. It's just another way to limit us. Time is man-made. It's just so, if you just think about all these things that are man-made, not all bad, but there's a lot that are man-made things that were meant to just take away our power, cut us off from God, cut us off from being connected with each other. But luckily, some of these things they created to go against us have helped us. Like technology. Technology has been used for good and bad. Thank God we had technology through all this in the past year, because it has helped us stay connected. So that is awesome. Because, God can use bad things for good and good things for, just like he can use bad people. I mean, bad people, we'll put that in quotes, for good. I mean, he used Judas. He used Peter. He used Saul. I mean, turned him into Paul. Yeah. So God can use anything when he needs to use it. He can use it, which is pretty amazing. Just like some of the people I don't really agree with now, but if I would not have ever followed them, I wouldn't have known some of the people I know now. So God can use anybody for his plan. So God used some people to help me, and I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying I'm not in that same space anymore. But God used those people to help me find people that are in my soul family, and that it's amazing when you find people that you could just go and talk on a Zoom call and you feel like you've known them forever, and you laugh with them, cry with them. It's amazing. Like when I woke up this past summer, the worst part of it all was not being able to really talk to anyone and them not think I'm a crazy person. But now I have a group of people I can talk to about anything. Even if they don't agree with me, they'll listen to me and not make me feel like I'm a nut. And we can talk about anything spiritual, any of this crazy dark entities, the dark powers of this world, the light powers of this world, aliens, anything. It's amazing to be able to have a group of people you can talk about anything you want to talk about and feel comfortable and not feel judged. That's really hard to find sometimes, especially these days when the powers that be want us to be divided. They want us to hate each other. Because divide and conquer. It's a lot easier to conquer us if we're divided. But we all have to remember we're all connected. We are all connected. We are connected to even the worst person in the world. That's hard to wrap my head around sometimes. I'm like, even though there's bad people, we're connected to them too. They're all here. Everybody's here for a purpose. Everybody's playing their role in this plan. And we have to love everybody, even if part of their plan isn't a good part. But it's still hard for me to contemplate. Like we're all one. we're one with God. I feel like one day after all this is not over, but when we're all to another level, we're really going to see like I'm you, you are me kind of thing. But my little human brain right now, it's like, say what? So yeah, it's my Auntie Nellie. Shout out to Auntie Nellie. I miss you. She's got some awesome CBD, Cape CBD oil, y'all. It's wonderful. It's not something you feel like you're a crack at it and you just need it, and if you don't have it, you're gonna go crazy. But it's a nice little bonus to, especially sleeping. If you need to help sleep, it definitely is a help. Or like headaches or anything, or like probably TMI, but whatever, people need to know this. It was that time of the month last week for me, and I used that a little bit extra, and it definitely helped. So if you're ever interested and you want to try it, she'll give you a sample, she'll give you the recipe. I'll put my email below and we can hook you up with that. She is amazing. She's working on creams. It's amazing. And my goal is to try to make it myself. But yeah, so the Cape CBD oil is awesome. If you use some other oil and that works for you, you go right ahead. But this is what works for me. And she has very good intentions behind it. Not only does she have great ingredients going in it, but like she lets it sit with 432 hertz music, and it absorbs all that goodness too. I mean, like, who would have thought of that? That's like an awesome thought. Like, so I've been playing 432 hertz throughout the day, even behind other things. Like I was listening to Amanda Grace last night. She's good. If you haven't heard of her, she's good. She does some prophetic things, and then she did a sermon last night about Jacob and Esau. I always loved that story when I was younger. I went to a private Christian school, so I learned all of those stories. There was some goods and bads to going to a private Christian school. One thing, it was a smaller school, so I knew pretty much everybody. I went to school with the same people most of the same people for 13 years. So they all felt like brothers and sisters. I still am in touch with some of them. But there was a lot of indoctrination that I went through. But I mean, who didn't go through some kind of indoctrination, Some of us still are. But, we can break free of that, that's for sure. It's every day I feel like I wake up more and more, and it's fun. It's fun, exciting. Some of it is emotional, but it's part of it. We have to feel those things. Sometimes we gotta feel the bad feelings to go through it. We need to feel it to go through it instead of pushing it down, because I know that's what I would do. Like, I know I was suppressed memories and stuff. Didn't even realize I was suppressing things until one day someone brought up something. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. And it was something like, how could I forget about that? But I was suppressing that. I took psychology and couldn't believe that people suppress things. And then I found out I suppress stuff pretty hard. It's amazing how your brain, is trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you safe from hurting and stuff. But we gotta sometimes feel those bad feelings, work our way through it, or else it'll just keep coming up. Or eventually, if you don't get that out, it could evolve into like a sickness, disease, dis-ease, So, I'm rambling on today, just rambling. But anyways, there's just a few things. I'm on my 9th day of my day, even if you don't feel it, you're actually doing something. Julia says she yawns when she does it, and as I'm thinking about a yawn, I want to yawn. Isn't that funny? But yeah, so the EFT tapping is interesting too. I'm still sort of new to it. I was introduced to it a couple years ago, but just didn't get it. Still learning how to do it. I get how to tap, but it's the phrases. I feel like someone needs to tell me the phrases, but that's a limiting belief I got right there. I got to break. So awareness, first step. That's one thing is I've been able to pick up my limiting beliefs, like, oh, that's a limiting belief. Like, if you have a belief that limits you from thinking otherwise or thinking you can do something, limiting belief, look and see what caused that, write it down. It's good to write things down, see what you can do, and then, like, once you wrote that limiting belief down, write it in another way that's free. Write it in a way that you want to believe or to break free from that. So, yeah. Writing down things is good. I got to get better about writing down things myself. Like I said the other day, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm talking to myself, too. A lot of times, this is some free therapy from me. I just need to talk it out. Well, if anyone would like to contact me, if you just want to talk or anything, because I know it's hard out there when you don't have anyone to talk to you and everyone just thinks you're crazy. So I'll put my email address in the description. And let me say our